3 methods to expand your Airbnb short-term rentals to a new market. This is part 2 of what is now a 3-part series. In part 1, we explored where is the best location in the United States to open an Airbnb short-term rental. Where could I find these locations that deliver the highest revenues per month? And how do I know if that Airbnb market is seasonal? I'm about to take you into my computer to demonstrate how I use those 3 methods and how I find the best Airbnb short-term rental markets to be in. This is to avoid the low seasons and to get the highest revenue throughout the entire year so you have the best success. Remember, this is the channel that provides you an all-access pass to everything cash flow, capital, and credit by ensuring you have the right financial literacies for business success. Stop saying I'm in a side hustle and start saying I am open for business. Remember to hit the like button and become a subscriber and hit that bell notification for upcoming videos. Let's dive in. Before we get into the video, I have a very special announcement. The enrollment for my Master Airbnb Short-Term Rental Accelerator will be open this Monday. I am super excited about this course. It is packed with transformations for you, the students, that will take you to the next level. Whether you're already inside of the Airbnb short-term rental space, or if you are wanting to start an Airbnb for the first time, this will either help you expand your business or help you accelerate your business from the very start, turning on those revenue streams. My students get on the fast track to becoming millionaires through my courses, and I want you to join us, where you can start earning money in your sleep just like I do and just like your peers. In order to enroll in the Airbnb Short-Term Rental Accelerator, you need to be a subscriber to my email list. It's so easy to do. Go to the description right now, enter your email, and then you'll get a notification. Hit subscribe and you'll get a notification that you've been added to the email list. And I will be sending you out open enrollment forms starting this Monday. And if you don't want to join the email list, but you still want to enroll in the program, you could find me on my Instagram. There is a link in the description, and you could private message me over there on Instagram. Take it from me, everybody. I'm Edward Bilder, real estate investor, entrepreneur, millionaire, coach, educator, engineer, and father of 4. And in this video, I'm about to show you the 3 methods on how I find the best Airbnb short-term rental markets that are out there to help you accelerate and grow quickly. This is part 2 of a 3-part series. Now, before I dive into my computer, I just want to remind everybody that it comes down to 4 P's. That is people, places, path, and position on a map. So position equals finding that place on the map. People as in volume of customers and guests. Places are attractions to that area. And a path, a mode of transportation. And what we talked about in the last video, part 1, was highways is the mode of transportation to get us there. Because remember, our guests only want to stay 2 to 3 nights, and they only want to travel approximately 2 to 3 hours to reach that destination. They don't want to waste a lot of time in the car, and when they get there, they want to have a lot to do. So we're going to go into my computer now and find the hotspot. This can be done in any state that you're in. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, and at the very end of this, I'm going to give you a bonus tip on how you can really excel at finding these hotspots. Okay, everybody, let's jump over to my computer because I want to give everybody a demonstration on how I go about finding the hottest zones out there by using those 3 P's to find my 4th P, which is a position on the map, right? And anywhere where I click on here is a position on a map. I'm currently inside of Google Maps. It's usually one of the best ways of doing this. You could do this on your phone too if you really had to. But let's just take, for example, we're trying to find ourselves a big circle, as you recall, right? Because we're looking for volume of people, and volume of people is located near the cities, right? So here we have Columbus, Cincinnati, Lexington. When you zoom out on the map, it's very easy to see these big cities, right? Pittsburgh would be one of them. This is actually State College right here in the middle. We could come over here. We can see Washington, Philadelphia, New York, right? Let's go up into upstate New York here. Let's zoom in on this. This looks like a good area right here. We have Buffalo, New York, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, Binghamton. We even have Scranton down here. So this looks like a good circle to demonstrate, right? Because right in here. I'm drawing a circle around this area of Syracuse, Rochester, and Binghamton, and Ithaca. And we see there's a series of lakes in between there, right? Because P number 2 is places, right? We need something for our guests to want to do during all seasons, right? We want to have ski resorts, lakes, activities for them to do outside. So let's take a zoom in on this, all right? Okay, so we see we have some lakes in this area. We're going to find the best zone in this circle, all right? And this yellow circle is now our path. That is our third P. And remember, we want to be able to get to a location within 2 to 3 hours. When you get better at this, when you're first starting out, you can actually start to, circle little areas on this map, and look up how long it takes to go from one destination to your final destination. But I've gotten a little better at this. So, anywhere from here along the highway to Syracuse, this looks like it's about a 2-hour drive. Syracuse down to Binghamton looks like it could be about a maybe hour and a half drive. This is a bit of a longer drive, like Buffalo down to Binghamton. That would be about a 3.5-hour drive. Rochester would be a shorter drive. That'd be about an hour to Syracuse. So I'm seeing some heavy populated areas, Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. You notice the whiteness in that area. That kind of demonstrates there's a lot of concrete in that area. And then here, Cortland, you have a lot of concrete. Ithaca, there's a lot of concrete. Binghamton. So these are really dense areas filled with people, right? We need people, we need places, and we need a path. And so right in this area here, you see a lot of extra yellow. So I'm going to zoom in here. And remember, I start by looking at the places that are closest to the lakes. And so I see we got Seneca Falls, we got Lansing down here, Watkins Glens. I actually know Watkins Glen. That's a beautiful waterfall in that area. We have Auburn, Skaneateles, and these are all fairly close to Syracuse. So let's say that this is probably about a 30-minute drive if you want to go from Syracuse to Skaneateles. And Rochester, that's about an hour drive. You come along the highway, you're there pretty quickly. And over here is actually Albany. So you can actually go from Albany into these lake areas in about 2 hours time. Okay, so that's all fitting so far the criteria of what we're looking for. Now let's see if we could find ski resorts in this area, because that's going to indicate if we are open for the winter. Here we go. There's a ski resort, Song Mountain, Landed Harbor. We've got ski areas of New York. Here we go. I'm gonna go right here. There's definitely a ski area right in here. Okay, and so this right here, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think it's Otisco Lake and Skaneateles Lake, and us pronounce that one is tough. Owasco Lake. Yeah, I probably should have practiced these names beforehand, but I'm gonna say that this right here is a hot zone. Okay. And I'm going to say that this is a hot zone more so than over here and over here, primarily because, you're coming further you're coming further away from the highway. And if you had to get down to the bottom of these lakes, you're coming off the highway pretty far, right? If you had to get into the middle here. Let me see here one more thing, because I know there's some wine country up here. So let's check wineries in these areas. All right, excellent. So there's wineries all through here, which would be accessible if you went from Auburn and if you wanted to drive down into here. Now, a winery is more like a day trip, so you're not going to be spending a ton of time there. Skiing is more of a 2-day trip. You'd spend 2 days skiing. Definitely would spend every day at a lake. You could fill up an entire week just going to the lake and boating and doing all kinds of activities like that. So I'm going to say that right here in this circle is our hot zone. So how do we verify if this is our hot zone? Okay, so I start by writing down some names of these locations. I'm going to write down Auburn. I'm going to write down Skaneateles. I'm going to write down Seneca Falls. And I'm going to go over now to AirDNA. Wow, I'm revealing all of my biggest secrets in this video. Remember to hit the like button and become a subscriber. Hit that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos. And if you want me to go into more depth on anything we're talking about here, remember to leave a comment. The best method to growing wealth quickly is to take others along with you. So share this with all of your friends and all of your family. And if you still need my help, remember that the master course Airbnb Accelerator is going to open on Monday. I hope to see you guys in that enrollment. Now, I just opened up AirDNA. This is a free program that you could just access. There is a free section that gives you enough details before you have to go paying for a subscription. You could find out enough information to know if that area is a hot zone or is not a hot zone. So I opened up AirDNA and I typed in Skaneateles. It was the first one on my list here. And it actually produced great results right off the bat. If you recall, we're always looking for properties that have an average daily rate of 200 or greater. You see that in August months, this spikes up to $500. And then in January, it's $332 on what seems to be an average of a 3-bedroom to 4-bedroom location. All right. And there's actually not a lot of them. There's only 17 rentals that are 4 bedrooms, and there are 17 rentals that are 3 bedrooms. Also fits that criteria where I say find a place that has fewer than 100 other short-term rentals in the area. Now you take a look here, occupancy rate for this area comes in at 84%. That is also pretty great, 100% booked in the summer. And in the winter months when you're skiing, it drops down to 45%. Now, I've seen areas that actually drop down to 10% in January and February. And these are on lakes. These are in areas of, say, like Tennessee, drop down significantly because there's less activities to do there. But here is a great indication of doing well. Anything that's profitable is anything that's over like $3,000 to $3,500 a month. We're seeing here that there is an average revenue of about $6,000. It's $5,969, which is fantastic. It peaks at $8,419 in the summer, and then in the winter months, $2,580. So this is definitely an area that you want to be looking at. Now, what's also great about this tool is you can just see, you can just hover over Auburn, which is next to it. That's the next area over. And I'm going to guess, before I even click on it, I'm going to guess that the rates probably drop a little bit, seeing as there's such a hot zone next to it. They're probably going to drop just significantly a little bit because you're getting further away from the destination, right? Now you got to drive farther. So there's going to be fewer people. Yep, here we go. So there's going to be fewer people that want to travel to that area. Here you see $300, $301. Not bad, right? It comes up with a $3,480, has a peak season in June at $6,158, drops down to $1,069. So I would actually imagine that the cost of a rental property would be less here as well. So it does still leave you some meat on the bone here if you're looking to do arbitraging as a possibility. All right, let's take a look at Seneca Falls. We're going to pop over here to Seneca Falls. There is a national wildlife reserve in this area. If I could recall correctly, I drove through here before. It's fields of like wheat. Let me just click here. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. So it comes up with a 70% occupancy. So the occupancy drops. You're getting farther away from the ski areas, right? So you see that the occupancy is dropping here. $337 for your average nightly, which indicates that there's some bigger properties here. So these are 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom properties, and roughly $4,000 in earnings for the month. All right, so I hope that helps by taking you into an actual tool that you could find hot zones. And before you get into that tool, you could explore in your own state by just looking at where the highways overlap and how they connect to all of the cities. Highways always connect to cities. So look at 3 cities that are close by that have a really heavy population for your state. Draw a big circle, look inside that circle, see if you can find some lakes that might be in those areas, then look for some winter attractions that are in those areas, and then go over to AirDNA after you wrote down some names. Go over to AirDNA, pick the ones that are closest to the highways, and enter that information into AirDNA and see what results you get. I could almost guarantee you that you'll find success in those areas by taking these steps and process. Check it out. Let me know in the comments what you discovered. I hope that was fun for you, and I hope you learned something. Remember to join me for part 3 of this, where we're actually going to combine all those 3 Ps, find the people, places, and path, and then find those hot zones that we just discovered. We're going to then go into Zillow to look for either purchased real estate or rental real estate that we could find, and then we're going to go over to my analysis calculator, and I'm going to show you what types of profits you can get from these areas. We're basically going to chug in how much rent you're paying or how much your mortgage is paying, all of your expenses, whatever that is. And we're going to show you what you can earn for the year using my formulas. So join me for part 3 of this series. Thank you all for joining me for another video today. Before you leave, remember to sign up for the email list. Simply go to the description, enter your email, hit subscribe, and you'll get a notification back that you've joined the email. And don't forget, I have a short-term rental crash course. It's a smaller course, and it's available for a very limited time because I am merging that with the master course, and it will no longer become available. So go to the description if you want to check that out. It also helps you get into the Airbnb game with a $50 bill cash flow in 3 business days, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. You can check that out, found in the description. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, find me through the description. I hope you guys all get out and take these actions today so you have a better and brighter future tomorrow. I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Bye for now.